Abusia Queenima asa drop a year deep bombshell abusia any deep secret bia enya asem keto akora ni nyina fada de Lumba ewu hu me no kase Queenima aba abonte asa de nsem bia ba beto abonte abusia ne wuti a eche kane ne de na onu se Queenima obezi ewu Germany hase na Lumba wuye no ewure be kika nsem bebre etia eyesebi odo Broni presela kire kwanya sebi allege ye odo Broni presela edida de Lumba fa so a sebi wodi ewu ye ne no na okopie mu e man konkon Ghana mu Ghana posifo de che no ne ewusia odamu emo a omotwe na so kakra me no kase kura asem no omon kan wiye nanso ene Queenima sade fofora ba beto abontia wo kirem kwan da de Lumba efa so de wuye mpo waka ba besi se akosia se wa ena ye da de Lumba eyele odo Broni wa ye baby mama side check ene busia nsem a wakeka no enya asem keto no se di ntia wo kasa no wo evidence ye concrete evidence ya wo de ba beto abonte se ne wo kani nyina no eye no correction se wo voices ewo ho any audios ewo ho no ma oba be boni nyina abusia ensem ba ye no asa ahudwira ba chese se bio asem no da ho wo krampa ye nkan wieye na sa ukofa fofora ba ne no ene nkrofo bisa na so no Ghana onko obi onko ye hwe wo Ghana ho enti nsem no kure bia wo ho bia no oba be kan de gu abonten abusia enkwai ne nkwaji nsem no nchiremu ahaguso yeke Black Media
asem no wodwe ho kra wo ntiase but then no nyame ekese sei oma no kra ni nyina omwankasa obeje di sei omwankasa hwe ayemi ya sei policewoman onye TikToker anko ba so be kasaye ye obia Ghana honum no obia nim se maami akosua se wa asem wode obia nim se maami akosua se wa na ye oyire that the Lumba the legal wife and obia nim story no one day man start life ya de me bie secret bi so akire mo me say ye company from bi ho a omunim no kra ni nyina omunim no kra ni nyina but almost say because of boshe bi omwashe nti omuntimi embase ni ena omuntimi so enkasa boy many policeman eko that the Lumba best friend bia eda that the Lumba ewo ne baye no papa ebe tu that the Lumba ebe tu kwan a opeso ba Germany die si ye die ko ye die si ye ina policewoman wa ha ko ma men kasa and men per se ebe se ma record obi ebe obi enu asem me that type that type anka me ye nkrofobia ka media no so ayede seme me ye nkrofobia me kasa obia me kasa ka media no so nka yede your voice papa you want some papa well
moderators and money be able go as you say why
sure mamu pay omo no mind the mamu pay them you be block omo
me say obi catch him say I know all the truth. I know everything. When I open my mouth, obie na no same way a bed die simple 1 minute. I'm saying then please kasa. I'll say for papa the legacy. Me protected at the Lumba. This is where we call. Only what? Why don't you talk? Why are you quiet? And some and some me kasa. I say some and some no be no so be mo anymore. Nka media no so I de. Na obi onim asem ni nyina from mama yakoshia sewa to odo Broni to onim asem ni nyina ono kasa me my recording from hello to bye bye.
Yeah, like my record.
Edino
From hello to bye bye, the chassis ono. Me say my recording from hello to bye bye.
So obetria ho edina we use no so betria.
At this point in the day, no, at this point in the day, bam.
Na so no. Thank you. Process mode. Ama me din se me bono no mu ase.
Yeah, bebo.
Papa beso. Oh yeah, good dear.
Very good.
Broni no me pacho prestige me ba enye charge sheet o.
Dabi o.
When you charge sheet instructions on the bag govern trial. When you charge sheet
na mayo. Charge sheet my dabi.
No dey
but o share charge sheet na course or Ghana court na and one the beba han be replica unless say omu other evidence become
new evidence.
Internet we discussing the main two na a course for Ghana court. I know there it went through a court of competent jurisdiction in a court order the extradition. So you bit my kamasi. You feel but what conspiracy say. That could measure that me pet time because your man me manager man me kwanya. Me ba be all the various inchoate offenses. Say be we need better ho. Even the offense of preparation. The move be in preparation. And so you committed but isn't say yem could be into the my preparation. Okay, my live in your preparation. Who say ya na akrama or tire etaya de bi ma pa. Mr. Mo answer na be kasa no obi am power tapo. Obi an share. Obi am power tapo. Obi an share. If no preparation. Just say oh bokwan who says your kwem. You are giving the enabling environment for the person to act. For instance, obi ebe to me at the petrol and a gasoline aba be see ho. Now I can't just say keep mano. Na dear chia or the obukako committee arson. Ya kasa arson na munu arson. So odukako shi obi fie and na odukako shi bibi. Odaba committee arson. Now also waje gasoline no and a petrol no edi si ufie. Se ochina obefa na odi petrol no eko committee arson and asa odi kwashi fie na ye be charge for preparation. You be charge for preparation. Just say you prepared. Obo adie no ho ban. O hwa adie no so. E na odi adie no kodi bone. Inti conspiracy no. Oh, untumi charge nipa ba ko for conspiracy. So the conspiracy must involve 2 or 3 people. Enunti in a day no mekan has say ebia obi akochuku na obi abonidin. Because the moment they be charge you for conspiracy, no, not just say a syndicate, a group of people. Want to be charging the public for conspiracy that crime or that offense will not suffice, will not stand in court. To only say we commit conspiracy. Intino, utumu say asem no kind na say we hear from when you me dey me hu say I know for me the biggest part. Because initially in ABA or say in the buy no. Now omu to me convince court no. Say my case attorney general dey njuma be ya say or dey be court. Na court determine what say if it is right and attorney general dey be in free. Into omu utumi say na court ni well convinced. But utumi say later the interview ni buy ya ebe told you no agi to mu say wa pocket 5,000 and I say 10,000 no. That is what you to me say oni nkofu bia conspire. Ena offense ba so eno so efe no money laundering. Say no machi mu wahada. Say usi kafin ama na ba be sika mo no. Intino say o charge obi and I say uchi obi for an offense or financial crime. Ayana dodo na no 95% of those crime no lead to money laundering. Because nipa na eden or the beto japade. Ayeden obe invests can wo bibim. First in the no omo ko to fixed deposit. Say omo huyansa omo jai. Omo nya san kwasi ade ni bio. In say omo yan say omo invest into business. Ti one here ubisa na obeka chiro say oton cars, oton fie, oton sase. Into the offense of money laundering no. Yani in such a way said, so when to me and tre bebia unya says can free ya or the to toss and your mana. Then let us say question one home. Into no omunya evidence about say oninkophobia kabuma bibi kakraba no. Let us say say nyapade na owo no eba ne say no nyaaye or statifree hen na shasia ye saying they're gonna dig into that to ombe dege ombe hu say okura na unu bia eba ne say no nya says kano e hona basa na the burden of proof no ebe shifte eba wo so say ube prove in most cases no money laundering na kwakoye the child offense to the mother offense. In the mother offense pa any conspiracy to commit wire fraud any the mother offense no. In a money laundering here the child and I say into so in pain pino say first offense na mother offense no say defense counsel need to meet delay with that. It populates and destroys the child offense. Into you want to be dealing with the conspiracy to commit wire fraud now, automatically a ben knock it out money laundering. The money laundering ensure that and stand it on its own. What the fra a possible financial crime. To say the church want to me charge sheet name. She want to me say the respected attorney general. The respected attorney general say no see here charges no. Or starting with the basic with the mitochondrial offenses, the power offenses, the strong offenses no. And all the money laundering no at also. Into need to me prove first one money laundering no easy amano. Because question baby so and say unya says carry away. The baby as well say wo income any wo asset reasonably and you say proportionally I will say reasonably no pay into the 5,000 now check 5,000 a year or gross income. Now you multiply by time. We couldn't concern come chain her. I could say intimate. Now you multiply time or started Juma. To Oquadas here to 2 1 and maybe so. We are Juma by so they wouldn't make my mean actually. Yes, memo be happy. I could say, mean,
This is my Joshua.
I mean, as I'll give people idea on that. It was a mijai.
That's not your home.
But we'll be in a bonnet open a bonnet did that. Me can't understand we used to an on to my interest.
Or the Indian crab or to us.
Into much of Matthias, Nana could you are now much more processes no. They are now adobo ni reading no. The various processes that cases never film and see your final judgment.
Nana go Joe, Bachoka say, who need to?
Senior, I be say, Michi Obia, case Abu Casey. I find properties in any businesses I want. One, I bind to me the nesato so. 2, I bind the nesato so nyembuni se otonto e japadiana nesikano or transfer their common US government and I say eko aban confessing.
So, Patrick, that's the Panyamisha for this question. So, yes, the moment you be put you under investigation and I say you be charge you be arrange you for those offenses no. Unyapa diana uwano. The authorities must take steps to confiscate it. Then okay, also omodo omonsa totoso. Na omo issue a fiat, an administrative fiat to the agencies no say nipa si mesi lease we into beko lands munso obi ba so be change you should stop it. E beko akoda banks bebre nti untumi nton. One of the processes almost first to confiscate them. Into say anan say I'm not here say or transfer ne no say a flag here. Into say omo ye na say we are a be win-win situation. Into nyame mfasa amba anasa nyakopon kran mfasa ambra minim de wum so odifa no odibe minim de wum tina make no positive and negative. Say ko ba say odifa na aha government ne be check it. Sika abedini ho na omo omo use sa process na omo fa so omo dey extraditing no but we know ebe quite different kakra ti omo ebe listen nyina e dey abrey na omo ka je say yen assist you omo na omo nto japade na omo ntumi fantika no say omo ton na say ye gitum na yenso ye fa yamre mu na se ekwan bem na so moton na se omo de tika no na ebika Ghana aban efa because proceeds from crime you cannot give it back to the convict ti ebeya aban dia na aban eyusu e de abo oman no ho bra ti wo hwa na nse omo koche galamsey for water pumps enye omo fidie no omo presente namos tax force na mahamati no omo presente de ama way for national service. The national service they are into irrigation and it's planting it's farming no ti omo de ama national service so sai bi na beye nti omo be taking inventory of ni nyina nti we no o de eno so na ko do menchire ti echi how is that okay
Me that's all I wanna
mean access ni kro also if I can you imagine even
This me for so na boy no cotton station radio station kind. Could he in his defense say maybe he was perhaps he was under the influence na no need no worker.
yes I go say nyamisha also call law school obetuma kapa o kana so tumi prove kakra bed and the best shift yako prosecution also. Defense. Sanyom unze na mdebi ameka sanyom no man big defense so. Unze na nse kura no senior counsel Kwame Akufu. So unze why you vocal sanyom na ameka kan ha no about adwasa for papa well no. Or say o papa ni age no we need the right frame of mind to be to match us no. What's what kind of say? Why you unze debi ameka me mention duress, me mention misrepresentation, me mention undue influence, me mention capacity, mental capacity, me mention intoxication, and then in some no name abu those things. No, in defenses to me prove say at the time na answer me free no bano. Now you were under the influencer, the burden automatically shifts to the prosecution to prove, say, no, there's a real intent. Now we need down so partner worker. So this is a very fantastic question. Only then I could you be saying Nyami Shamu.
Na abu mato pressure ama buying.
Senior me bisa way backward na nadam fufuo bi eba life no mo ka se omotu ebusuafo no fo nse mo mboka enkonko high lawyer wo US na sika no mo de beboka be high lawyers wo US no mo fehwe ne ma no ntena wo say ya wo US no advice be na de be ma. Because no more cat before US for be we no be cry na I cloud more information on near no much dada.
Oh nana now here court document no mo present ma high court na send out WhatsApp call message wo mu on any victim no edin komo e che ne kwan a on fa so send this kan nyina until you are right, you see. Then me can say
ne abu case with you. Maybe I'm just a bit dicey because me US I am ye can mistake as some of us no we making it so sometimes you free Ghana and you free say US are binding on your mistake, US are binding on boom raso. US are binding they respect due process now making sure say be a court the right channels and they do it and do it well. Me personally, I don't have that belief. In Tinama case when I mission from a different angle. Because Mimi Huni said they don't have a case. They didn't have a case then. Tama almost say or more harassment. Will they eventually build a case before September? Yes. It would just be a whole bunch of lies. But I know say they will definitely build a case by September. It's as me and na kwajoka say enka on lawyer na say to save the money no. I think say if he can afford it, he needs to pay for a lawyer. On for lawyer to say there. See I have to say or follow lawyer because we interview now oko accepting your man which are not crown sana ye can he crown. There are ways of it me scratch the things that he admitted to on the interview. So as I said, but
yeah, but onim manager she onim say abu die no die me ama me huni say asem ho no enie eyi na die ni me de send on say u read ni ya charges na a court na say oka say the government and I say the weight of the amount involved no in a bia at a time or modern kono inconclusive me no be adwin eno de me no be adwin eno de me no be adwin because initially it started from an amount, then it triggered down to a lesser amount, then it went down to I think $1,000, right? 1,000. Wow. Inti say amount na omo begyina so aka say eno na ye charging with then the mean say the ebesesa that 8 million na ebesesa and the me no ya adwen. But wo share evidence na me dey send on any bank account no any WhatsApp call na be mu no any ono aka say nenu asem any the unseen nipa ochuku no evidence ewo ha that is a conspiracy no or ya dim. I'm telling you say anka sanyo me niwa anka the respected age anka omon penman nkoda they have something that we don't need. I'm telling you.
I think someone shut that and to myself papa. Me I got some ready charges no, but me see the book na the entire charges was based on setup beer. Omo be setting it up and he fell for it and he ended up so no providing. Oh, I wouldn't go into the details.
David, because no yeah, the new massimo kaya slightly contrary to the charging no.
Oh, Samu.
Then I'm saying David, Missy reading, Miss Animal.
My main cabin being chill.
Now, charging no, I never procedure. Yeah, me need charges no.
Oh, my friend,
me pastor sao and
I didn't miss it. And Mama, okay, I say, I feel the way who the only time I can.
Mate, me kwa Internet say, Osha, not just a winning crime. I was committed crime before. The no neka say setting up and as a setup no can it was never a setup to begin with.
Yeah, you remember dreaming that to on dream no. Nana patch me about on no can be a de chana home. Say you're setting up, but now he was beating about the bush, dancing around them the tree. If your charges no more, you're accusing the say wabua the account be a support ubi am escape be beto account nim Emma thereafter no wasanso ni nipa na or supporting no I video call ama wade atum say obebua ni say o charges na ewu mema provide account numbers but ono kwatra radio so no ono no ka asem no ama ono no dey different ono no ka say you setting up there but at the later end no beji to say bibia banensa to reading the story no any near charges nima is different. And to the already charges now who say not say bibia be din inside there and then a year near charges nima kwa kushia. Means automatia.
Oh, me was so the me was because one who says I set up no I don't think say they wrote it in but the work is exactly what Abuno I can but I think say I will need to read on it to make to have an opinion to make a full
I go there mama can be being child the alcohol no we share down when yeah be our America nipa ko ni nya Ghana ni o ana nipa ko no achre ni setup
Chano mama mi reading now pacho we are no abem. Yes sir. Because pacho conspiracy to commit wire fraud no. Or say in April 2025 Kumi which is here in Abu Treka and his co-conspirators sought to defraud victim one pie, there's one son of Makano, who Kumi believed to be an elderly woman located in the northern district of Ohio. On or about April 10, 2025, Kumi used WhatsApp number so to speak with an unindicted identified conspirator. No more than UCID no UCID and then a picket a calling code no no mo bo she mo mutumi di tie call na call so no via WhatsApp video call to discuss the movement of fraud money from the UCID victim, victim the UCID, through Kumi's money mule account. Omasa the UCID no masabaho. So the UCID no explaining that Kumi and his client believe that this transfer were related to good investment transactions. Kumi provided Kumi provided a bank account. And I was say and hope that they will call him back into Mukoti bank account no waha. And I almost koti the business address no any all these things into providing of the bank account no any ninsem oko kan say bibi say bedi mi ho no. So the question is, then now ma sika bi bedi wo. Mo be na de bo ansa nkofo na ma sika bi say bedi wo.
The procedure hono na make sure say we explaining my decision. Let me start from the top. So pe nipa na abutre ka no say enfantini boy bi enefikese mu fo no ene ne hyehyɛ ho so ɔmfa edwuma embre no nti me de
okay to ɔmfa edwuma
disclaimer to was for disclaimer no me patch me go abuno I'm not in any way of shape or form mean defending for nothing but consequence of events and say baby to me should be beautiful. It's no what say he was already on their radar. But they didn't have a file on him. Into mama will be echo be obeying buhonom. Say opesa oni bukasa. Now only your client XYZ we yini pano. Aka account or the bejisika no. Inti according to Abuno, nipa no train share now for months. Inti nipa ni finally no. And only niki kind of no pay bank account. A man nipa ni Broni no pushi sekane too. And I just only nipa na can percentage na ade no jenity. Inti ono no as at the time na ye chi no koye no. Pay everything no mo de man no say inti mi ma say guy na ono no fantini no nuku delay no. Fantini no was recording casually just recording all everything that they were doing. So as I say, inti hono and no ne lawyers na di no omu from confronting no who say no. Every year for encofification for setting up. But what I say, nipa no mama ne ba no hono it was omo no mo share saade no. But the mere fact is say when I was saade would the account man no. E hona no problem necessary free. One the account mine number 2. What the account in mine you movie and never two no. Una was a sika no. And no which no nipa na sika ni the anesa ma percentage meaning say I don't know just akoye adwuma we no. So what I say. And I also him say account no one when ade. You don't mean me tell him mini with just random business accounts now. It will be mine. It's on no interview. No, he was trying to say this whole thing was a setup, and I fell for it. But the part now he refused to acknowledge. Say the mere fact is so beat me by honum 7 accounts. Say no to me, man. Not just a one usunu by Juma would no. So
I could say so. The question also will be sa Abune say. Evidence bena or wa dana ko jumpa chame ba evidence bena or wa or they kase sa nipa no sa nkofo no hunipa
also omuma or see he was in the known he was my mention say be meet me aba amayeti abat omo you see media
ono abuna na adwene ye ne say sa nipa na ha no ha no maka ne say unindicted no che say FBI for na your madwin say omo en charge no and then also no omo prerogative so it could be say sa nipa na ono no contact abu no in reality no onyo omo agent But abuna dwene almost say sa nipa ne ye omo agent omo use their setting up. That is where Abu is getting it wrong.
Oh, say prestige method the work and also, but also no. Say assumption on say based on the evidence presented no. And then I'll be to me, because it's me must be Michelle in person. You know what cancel now all that conversation no. There's video evidence of it. But what I say?
When I'm sure
me no one year. But you miss you.
Chama won't to me, Pacho, min trying with one you see. Won't say the respected Attorney General, Eche, the manager.
In
a letter, or use manager, no, Eddie prosecutor Chama won't to me.
Which is the Nipana no shark contamines.
In for instance, Chama won't to me a church, not been bear and say, or you sue manager and setting up. But meanwhile, so no, the manager was part of the crime, but Ome decided someone charge no. Inti could be say inti and it works in prosecution. Nipa na ono abunu adwene ye ne say omo yusu e de setting up no. It could be so no so no you be a ache no. But omo amani plead you say boy ni enya nipa o kan ho. Na enya and it happens all the time. Tell me say abunu e de na no odina so nti e ma na adwene ye ne say sa nipa no omo yusu no.
I think Namika say is the evidence presented. So then I can say WhatsApp video call recording. WhatsApp is tight protected. So as I say, a third party app and for them to have that recording near the not just say nipa no only your call the call was being recorded for a purpose. And then random say what one and one call near record you. Inti pacho bi da adesu na wana to me for life of Babedasa. Inti sa wo share there na based on the evidence presented no and I made them who so who say it was a setup because say send the only nipa WhatsApp call ni nipa no it's very uncommon, highly uncommon say nipa unu bibini encounter sa na nipa no record the movements and no near man any sa no but what the
recording no emfi nipa no who recording no pacho bi fuyi ina omu pokio wa ha unu say WhatsApp no Facebook for there inti nipa no ono abu ni du nkomo ne de ono wan record you omu pike recording no from internet omu kan UCID ni ko bia baby ana e was anoma no e wo UCID number ko bia bia UCID number to the moment o menya sa UCID number no omu bo share omu software no a ebe pulu ko naba ebe pulu ko naba a che se obeti voice call se oni nipa ne kasa on se me say akosa me say me ka bibo obeti de oni nipa ne kasa nti bi ai na ko police a UCID no nti nipa na ono abu ni free se o mayi sunu se o mo e setting up no na ko jo bra na be ka wasem ono de me ya so record say me te wasesa nti mi mom de me abunu mi problem nyane ne say e banze no hu say setup do bet me prove say a setup because omo no me decide say bia omo indict ni pa no mo charge say ni pa no mo use no but that doesn't mean say a setup nti e be say wuntumi de bi yan charge but e be use e da prosecute no say obe cooperate dia nti ye mo adwumaye ina akwano so di business buy in a business ni mu no abusu ye ne pepe so the transaction is free any scanner be can nsa no that is a true same bi anim ade akoso minim say be you okay there but I could say don't know onyanti asio na na kojo braso na be kan
Please, but to be honest, I mean, I am itching for September now to kind of see the evidence presented. And no more clarity because based on the unknown Canadian, any near be evidence be a made to hold there. Kama said the all cano, he has a claim solid. But sen I kana a konim na you evidence once I had a court document or more year a very public idea. Ababa access welcome is over Shamiana.
There be not today.
o say ya ka abuti ka na mania ko hu na nyumre die
Are
me say Congo for na che South Africa dey be
I go say not today.
not today. My community access about access they are not you have question for Prestige. How are you?
Yes, I do. You know, I always have legal question for Prestige. Hi, everybody. Prestige.
hi ma'am.
My question is, what is the difference? What is the difference between a case strike out versus a case dismissed?
But you see, a strikeout and a dismiss, meaning I pay is the same thing. It's just the nomenclature. It you know, because a strikeout and it say you are dismissing. In TBA, probably you want to ask about Queen Emma, you know, maybe a discharge and then acquitter. Tima Minchim. I go say, I'm me to me a coba coaching. So as a sympacho, based on the Ameti and the
You better do that, Akosua.
okay, but based on the Ameti and net say Queen Emma Semno, ya discharge no. You can say discharge, you per se say ya dismiss case no. It was our court ho. Ya strike out case no. It was our court ho. However no. You bet to me as re-arrest no, and you bet to me as arrest no. Now you did not call a different court. Now you decide charge now as bono with a little bit of enhanced evidence. Intino for now, dear, only case be our court. So you discharge you based on want of prosecution. Want near WANT as you are in need of something. So want of prosecution. Just say the court is in need of prosecution, but the prosecution is not bringing the prosecution. They kind of want of prosecution. And Chelsea be a nipano. Ya ye dina sema mo di finance undibim. Name ya say the prosecution is not bringing the prosecution or not pushing ahead with the prosecution. So the court is in need of is in need of prosecution. Until there is a want of prosecution. But sanke koba sanke say ya question there, then it means say yen to mean san cheno. It was a case now who bill. Intino say e manu kontena baby ka say or a free person. It is yes and no, depending on where she's coming from and where you are also listening to, or where you are also listening from. Because we bit make say they say Yejano because case be any court. In on no ni who are your best channel. Joka si Yejana, that is Yejano. But ebi a won so na wutie no, obeka say okay, Yejao, but e be so masa achew. I said, but what I say, into the case, they say that is the state of it. It has been, I just charge. So as it stands, and only case we are court. So I'm bagana be case be anyhow. You know, bagana cry. I just say a channel. And no, your china, yen to me and stand on the same court, because our court in the or say was strike out. When to me and cover committee was strike out. I just said the different court with an enhanced evidence. To me, in fact, the same evidence now and uncle also had the quiet best strike out. because the lawyers will raise issue of capacity, the meritoriousness of the evidence or of the charge. When we say charge, we know, and I say charges or their bond no, it's unmeritorious, and I say it's even incompetent because a court by court and strike it out. So the NHS say a court will also accept the same charge. Until a prosecution, we catch a court and say when you an additional evidence, and I say an enhanced evidence, we be to prosecuting on that same charge. So when you an enhanced evidence and answer an additional evidence, or the code different court, I know see you say chumusa. So we na say twice me no and I say twice me answer. You better to say you are maliciously prosecuting the accused. Na honde wa fa no ho di kra.
Prestige, my follow-up question.
On most occasions, no, on moi, ya discharge omo no. Ene impempi no. Dodo na kakribi na yasan re-arrest omo. Ye re-arrest omo a ye the charge for na bomb. Ye ntam for the same charge na omo. Because the question is, say charge now also sande u repeat e dey abono no. Say wo evidence anka. When you saw court first court no and from prosecutor no. To most na yana as a different charge and our charges.
Prestige, I have a follow-up question. From your explanation, I think now I understand why she says she's not going back to Ghana.
Exactly.
Because let's say they decided to recharge her. They can only do that when she's in Ghana. They can't go to Germany to rearrest her. Right? Okay.
So she can say you're a free person. Depending on
thank you.
Anything you also tell.
And then I could just say was
thank you.
I went to Dodina Jemfi. Yeah, I went to more.
I don't worry, I'm
the crank I make Ghana. Because we said Ghana for we do have a short-term memory. Emma, yes, one I can say. Emma, Kwenda,
yes.
Emma, the Kogan. Emma, Emma, you be a fee or one HSA or you be a Ghana not to hope in Germany. And ye Lumba semne banal Emma a Kogana or you be a Kogana, Papa. One in Yamoy or Ghana or do you room when you say on Kogana in Tin? I should have Kogana. I should have maybe I will pass it. Ghana for we have a short term memory. Say now what put things in the air say member eventually no nipa any be finish so inti obeba no obeba say dinti obeba ni say
akosi ameba odo Broni ya wa unim legal and prosecution department of the police say no musi work.
Oh yes.
Say
am I mistaken?
No, me ba na botro me ba. Say ebedi be 3 years time. Na obi say na yasesa investigator ne prosecutors no be 4 times.
Obi retirement.
Na evidence no I'm go fa na.
I'm go fa.
I rest my case.
No be proper retirement
obi kwa be say evidence e kurare. And only the thing about police what is that was here. Say obi ye case. Now will be who for ba. Now can say on twice on person be twice because
who the adwuma na hye no
ono de nsa ko kana say anko yi a ebeba na record so. Inte ya no otwetwe na ase. On give you more time. On also be yes na be I just say a high profile case. Na kwa misdemeanor
oh on fa ho
obe catch your class on the oja docket no to
baby
the docket ya rada tell me say so okase ni nyaje it depends on where she is coming from and also where you are also looking at it.
But pete won di ni say senka no mu na no tan ba bi ko be say afi na obeka and I mean ko Ghana bio and I mean you say o mo case na you say
I know the my manager crack very bad on her part. Now I'm here, Obekasa Kasa na was trigger a different offense. And then I was all careful.
I don't know.
Obekasa now I could trigger different offense. Then it's a fresh charges.
I could say, and I'm a car boot trick. I catch it fair. Visit by just lawyers. No, I have more clients, you know. Or more daily man at the money side your man. Go over no more, you know. Because some things, I'm a bar, I'm making canana. I was, and the pay of the same Marano, the diagrana.
Yeah,
some be creative scene be as if say extraordinary person, you know. The law was not able to deal with them. Those are the pity aspects I always have on them.
Not Sabibisa. Of course, I have to tell you what I have to tell you. But I won't find you, man. That's a bit. We have to do as a son. Now, as I betray another 200K, I will let you be. But as I said, because I didn't know when I call out and to me, then me Juma. Me assure some lawyer and chair and say, be careful. Cause all cry no stress our common not being able to see your children. I don't know. If it's not enough reason for you to say, me no can come me question can come me need incredible. Come in that
I could say, by being the case in free buy, no, I come in. I must say, Bia, why I can't say, into command got not just don't go. Go by the crown. Sa apple now, only I say was your crown, on better not to be you.
Me say me come men or do Broni can come me need incredible. But you see, in the other day, no, send a lawyer no crowd to for me, no, you need, na me, lawyer number 2 for Canas, yeah, Mrs. Aquaye, Okoya, over Sabi, me another money. Lawyers be broke community, my cranium, Miss Sabi, Oka.
What else to work 50K? You don't know.
Ebusua for me chacha.
Me ba sha yes also.
Bisi. Because you na me tea se na mo. Masema mo kan na me pese me kire madwin kakra nti na me fo so.
Bu isa question about charge me.
Oh, me bisa question.
Me procedure an kan bese me busa na question bi say o yin se man no no so anya kwan akodanti. Senka ba kira adwen dia me question bi ho no. Na me ma won kire me.
Oh, mpacho obetimi akọ. Se sisi ana me fo. Nti bisa question no se meti.
This is mpacho. Asem bi kire ma adwen kakra. Ade na ma me usika me fa lawyer. Na me fa lawyer so ade be na wo ba me mu a me nchen a wo beye ma me. As a lawyer ma fa wo. De be na mani fa lawyer. Na lawyer no fa wo so ade be na wo ko ne nchen a wo ye ma no. Asa me ti ase kakra me.
Yeah, we bisa question. Yeah. Nipa biya no. You have to be normal. I will say what you know. Eje ejuma. Obi eni wa obesore no waka say me de madwene ni ejuma. So it is believed say obi ebe committee offense at that point net is na adwene ni ejuma no. That is how it is believed. Inti oba law ni mu a ye wonyoma mienu a eye key se wo pese oye law ni ye na oye good lawyer what say obin wom in terms of criminal law exceptions and defenses you must have the exceptions at your fingertips and you must know the defenses to every crime and know a differentiating between a good lawyer and it is believed say omo bo den omo no oma ben any exceptions no, any defenses no, wadakra offer na obekai. Inti se unya asem, ti se party di lawyer wakofano, or you're one of the best lawyers in the UK. According to the profile, no, I think your bar, we defended people who has been accused of such charges. I'm at 80% na ye jamu. Too low use air backup the exceptions to those charges and the defenses to those charges. And no, on your lawyer and I won't call law school on TSC. Exception, your time is raisy. Any defenses no, your defense square was so raisy. And yet baby an bit may raise the defense of capacity emfa. Baby me chema debi wo ha say. Say only a crash sign contractor. Even though Obeka Sakrani a minor. But exception be wo. If the contract is a contract of necessary, and I say it's a contract of beneficiary. Should I say contract na krana sign, even though you're less than the legal age there. Nenso sikane frimu bano, and no audition in school, and na audition in hua. That is the exception. A good lawyer knows that. And he knows the case law which is attached to it. Nash versus Imam. Inti se asemsi na SFN no ho a. Una unim no, ube confused. So we dey oya akwada o. Ye be ne den. Enya asem we dey obuka kodemu an asem we dey obedi fo. Le ne be mo so okay we dey nyabotre nyabotre. Me hwe na ma yama. Why kai exception? So he will stand or evoke that exception. Judge Nosubeka say yes, you are speaking law. Now fe wedding kunima yade ama. Tina lawyer there, so the biausunya there. So the biausunya there. Now who follow current cases. Who follow current cases. Case bi obi be ka che obi ano say ye dey also go ready. No hu nieko. You have to know what time is it. No hu nieko. Send ne be ya say bibi says here you can use the defenses and the exceptions to protect your client. In a criminal law and civil law, defense is baby. Unse akamo bisa simbu ase say akuse ye bibi na say ananya akamo na ana expatiate ena mka say expatiate na me say obetumi si akusua unse me bo case law bi so onka say cause no emotional trauma Wilkinson versus Downton say oka asem na asem na oka no emobi yem hye no na say of falling to serious trauma. I bet my many stroke, I bet me see a lot of thought. Nina and ma we are lawyer as we see and I say unmua or client this such cases bar. Who's idea we send it and Jacques a mechanic. What they can't be see you or spark ya or chain sumpo him say problem no yede any. So that's the difference. Eya disuya. What bon to me a law. Wabonwa untumi defend your client. Law no so any emotion. Enya senior we fluent brofum. Meaning lawyers are omano brofu cry sebi impaired or son air time. Then so me a very good pa because they are able to quote the exceptions and the defenses.
Okay, Matthias, me follow up on say. Anami ya Apostle Kodjosaf Wuyi. Omotimia for swama, Yabekan bibi, lawyers just say any ujano. And you may be a chill margin can say, and yet, well, your quine be a nipa fast forward in a japadi, Jacoin fast watch. And then say lawyers ne guide it, or more kind of manner as she shen and nema. The more I'm a false lawyer, or guide them in person you in person do we know guide them. A dear Benna Baba Jama Nina associate no. Omuye Lumba Brabuma up to date. Intimate say Uja we aman semna ye bruha because nanu ya apostle safwa di bai nsa ba junior makakra but we di ada hosa anti lawyers na e call Lumba Brabum no e de be no mkoye anti aman semna be diri sabre no
Me pacho, with the greatest of respect, Mr. I will not answer this question, Mr. Why, Mr. Wati Timasi, manager Nameboa, Queen Dameboa, Mr. Timasi. Why? You didn't but I will not answer. It's your age about to be so overall. I'm sorry, it's not about you, but I cannot answer.
But they have me I did have me because my dream one and chassis. So follow ya semi osikama follow ya tem manti bia mitria ne kasa de tua admefo kanana sese.
So it depends on the arrangement, but ofana at the initial stage, you know, opeso huna also be a file mouth. Ina unhuno ewa bonting. Lawyer bia ewo chambers oye adwuma. Either say on one chambers and I say onyo bi na eye. Ana oshobi ase a oye adwuma manipa. Ti o person we engage na I was say or register and also obuku na oba chambers wo. Nyina a part of the airline 24-23 legal profession ethics. So oba ho. No one say hanowo chambers we no and a chamber we no. Na obuku no we be a file amount. File no the last time na me wo Ghana ho. Thing say 1,000 or say 2,000. I stand to be correct. Obi file number wa. No. Unsema obe ka che ni nyina na enumu na obe kipu. Document obe men nyina enumu na obe kipu. Then na asema wa ka che no. Wa kire o say bia obetumi ana ontumi. Okaso obetumi a obemu hu the pros and the cons. So kase ontumi a obeka say we dey fako. To kase obetumi a na afei wa kire o processes a asem no ebe fem na wa hwe so a charge o. Charging no obi wo ho a o ska obetuma maniska in advance obema receipt obema bibia because work on the office obi also obeka so okay odun bi say the mama mu 10% edu ha say ya na mama o say ebedu say ya na me di say amount ti arrangement a one ne beye no ebetuma akoba say manti bia na mama o say so it depends on the arrangement anything I say on the bed and ebeko any senior obey case na ma however no say okoko tibia also man TNT before they also the man okoko tibia also man before you know they are very important.
No PC just the question no when you ni clue no can say bia unya case bia
unya case ya
yes
sana waka
And I can tell you
but say ya me call sana na
baby I will share so here movie ntinya me nkwa
na okay oh yes the for instance ubetuma fa me manager akosia say or personal lawyer manti bia o de ne betu payroll so Ibrahim Mahama wa fa Bobby Benson as a lawyer or the payroll so Yes, and no company in the America say, he say no, any biaba lawyers for na doso. Maybe anya hana mekano. Ni pe bia no, de nya o personal lawyer bia, obe guide o, backdoor. Na waboa wo. Na onyoma ba ku mienu bi wo ha, wa guide as kwan ya wo so fa so ye no. Ebia wo de wo niska, wo betumi na ka, ko wo de month bia me pay 50 bia ma wo. Na wo de ato credit. Oti ase a na di sua wa ko sua no, o de boa wo. E do time ebia e wo say course of action bibem ebia wo say okoko true man na o de file bibia then no aka to say ye bobo kase. But ebia advice a photo ade we dey say oh your document we e no dey obetumi enya adamfo bi saa na obetumi enya obi saa woni ne beka na bosumi bia o te no be obeboa wo. Kofo bebre yesa me na fo bebre omo wa ha say omo yesa so unse o ya lawyer o hia lawyer.
Oh yes.
And I'm winning, sir.
Oh yeah, we know. PC.
Ena say obi ya down for pa. Now we are very closer. I am pimping no and say but any advisable say obey your lawyer. Me you close pa. See be me you close pa. And didn't any advisable no say. Ohun ni o mamu bebra. Na asa ebia o chen bia sem si ebia na wan fa seriousness no attach se na ope no and ebia enkoyi a usundumi nkan wadwene because enkoyi a usundumi ka che no.
Oh yes.
Adede we de enkoyi no e so sesa no lawyer ye bibi mami hu se sa strategy mami hu ade we de enkoyi you have the right to tell him into wadan for pa unse untumi nka sa asem na nche no. But what is it?
Semi tia o kabu sumi biya de na ebra mawu ebra metia se nyina sem bia to me a woni nipa wo se twitwaje me abere bia o.
But I know so may answer because owu abem owu no so na ebetime akopi.
Ase esan dia o me san dia ko ha o.
To me answer.
Bajo e dia person o tia wuram.
O bezo o wan.
Etino lawyer no ase o de ko no so hu. Etino lawyer no.
Yes.
No question back to you know. So,
but you. But could you that's why Michelle?
But if it will be not could you ask that also. But Ghana no lawyers na muko law school na. Actually bia like lawyer bia because I mentioned like bia only because me remember crew na same. There was a time in your case I will be sure some lawyer we call say oh no dey oh yeah. I think it's also a criminal lawyer or yes civil lawyer and me call ni pass mercy we oh. I am only immigration one man to cause a lawyer we. But I say you cool more there. Lawyer be any bibia e ba lawyer oh I don't know me about. No ba because mostly be lawyer be amatibia uka criminal case or beka show uka civil uka immigration but sanity and I say yes sir.
The basic need there also lawyer bibia also who bibia but you will be our specialize it. Why not you say I say nkwana obey and don't say on the other part be our specialize it say I say nkwana obey a choice obi wo ha why not you say obey maritime cases nkwana just say a pursue case because why not you say obey criminal cases nkwana because why not you say obey church I say juvenile. So I know about torturous cases in Kwa. There's a torturous case and any defamation is compensation. To do higher honor or person in a blue also. There's a be any baby or person or specify but in general there only BBR. But it drew speciality in those things now. Let's say be out the brainer. Obetimi aboa but at this will be your research kakra dey ho but you know what specialize wo ho ne dey the research obey no any more senior wa on specialize no
Akramo asema question ya bisa PCG wane. Okoye krom Ghana nso a. Ye wo lawyers ya omunye courtroom lawyers. Ntunya ase no kono waka say onye courtroom lawyer obe direct obi ho. Ama wako. Eye so okoye na nso o wate so oye lawyer na okoye na nso ajeje o meye case no. Okoye ade na okoka ho. De no so wo. O Ghana de bi mo okọ bi be ka no na try.
Unse yawo solicitor in your barrister. Until the Odobo can solicitors no mostly no or your company lawyers or the office on courtroom. Oh, say President go for a lawyer. In can entity now call courtroom. So Alan Cash your lawyer. In can entity now or courtroom so courtroom you. Till your mom motesa. They are lawyer by profession, but they don't practice in the courtroom. To have more advice. That's how it is. It depends on the opposite way. Oh, we do a courtroom on uncle is in the time of hey. When your company be a much and a cow say. Go across to meet law practice no crowd to advice and or advice and or advice the company. Why a company contracted by your fan call for company engaging in any contractual agreement bibia mo de bebre na wa approve before so mo ko bibia mo be seeking your opinion that's how it is thank you for no munye skapa na bi wo so mo lecturers bi wo wa yen PhD thank you for no de o mo ska che o munye na because do no be ni PhD no o hwe to hear the current attorney general, the respected AG. Yeah, they're respected. Or you brutal, or you superb. Or when you pee.
That's what my business is.
Oh, massa. Into or child. Now, part time cramp on online or online 1 hour. There.
Is it Bacho? That's what my woos capa.
Bacho overruled.
That is why I can't went to it didn't. Sa lectures on the crime time Chachube known Ghana no cause I teach the law school in them.
This is if I show Adena ABS will be a magistrate court judge. Na opeso koye law Ghana. Sometimes na yinya akwanye bi wa so kwa unya kwan ma untimi nko school ho. One says so copy or Gambia no go school. Isn't ka we judge the nanka o kopelo aya. Isn't ka konya na senka ye for okay, and I'm saying buy and check.
Oh, I check and check it. Because practice 5 years and 6 years. I mean, automatically, obey a magistrate. And
2019, who have been no magistrate.
Because
and what they call
2019.
Yeah.
Or
they call Gambia, or call by almost almost 1 crowd or mono coy. Or by now, imagine 2 in a feelings.
Oh,
as a judge, you know.
Practice.
Lectures
I think 5 years. Magistrate or district. High court before in order to become a high court judge. And only 10 years, Debbie. High court 10 years.
No, not judge Peace FM. I'm sorry.
High court 10 years.
Supreme Court 150 years. Into no church and say more Peace FM. Oh, can they
in a court of appeal, 12 years. In a Supreme Court, 15 years. Then I say lawyer could see he qualifies to be a Supreme Court. And now, when you're 15 years, so to be a Chief Justice. That's what I say. To be a Chief Justice.
Yeah.
Into a
lawyer could qualifies to be Chief Justice.
Yes.
Oh, and
yes.
Mugun and Mazza.
Yes. Yes, he qualified. When you're 15 years, you're qualified to be a Supreme Court judge. 12 years, Court of Appeal. 10 years, High Court.
And say by appointment.
I say court as I say Lumba see me there we there cause we just crash over side the room.
Unkwana de be wudam.
See.
Unkwana.
On say me per se ye educate ye amanfo bi na nipa akoma kofom kakra. In a worst case scenario say meaning so I think the earlier on waka but ebia went through more light. In a worst case scenario say okay my manage me previous ordinance no odobroni ya ware nkra na sebe ordinance ni twam ni ade and odobroni Lumba was 6 or no ma Children's Act na na bibia kaka no ba. In a worst case scenario say odobroni kra ni Lumba ni aware probable was net saying odobroni onihwe o kosa ana say ne be ma supporters bia akoma akofom kakra but you can be educate your na because that's a man for anymore.
Yeah, okay, my kind mami in the worst case scenario say odobroni ya yira we share the hierarchy of PNDC law 111 the crime be fast we be che enyoma na enkra ne dikan intino so onya yira ya the man no interest ti the man ebenya chefa wo and because the man so intino she's going to hold them she's going to hold those properties in trust of the man ti indirectly no ebeba no ho but what you say
hospital
in so odobroni ni problem no ontino monna
number 2 obi so be bisa say okay my minute me prove say you are an ordinance you granting Elena on say Elena wa manfo abim say my me na ebe kire say we nkwa ha me we hwa ha o me nkwa ha me nje say odobroni free easily go down him rabbit nam
baby
eba say hadwen
they be so you granting Elena now okaze odobroni ni nkra ni free edan ni mu a yenya nche japade no you are engaging in intermeddling. Elena ya the man ejuma ba ya ne say obebo ba japade na no obe assist court no no wa bo japade na no obe ente manager
no necessarily so na ebe che
pn so 111 na ebe che
kwajo munti o
ono de obe an administrator not a sharer. Think I say odobroni for asamo ha mo so baby bia mo nye bibi mo ama me no ene ne ma no ma me ne ma ne hia because odobroni o me so one ne ma ne hia on kan school kom en kan didiem those things na o say bia we na de ke kan one de enye obi bisa question for mo ma me ye na em say me manager ne kum I say, what happens if a lawyer helps me win my case and I can't afford to pay? Hey, I ask him, say, oh boy, my case, I say, untumintu ya, so what the neka? Tebe Mahama, what the yeka? Mahama, what the yeka? Oh, was I quite a yard bet? Yeah, I could go for a quite a name to
That's
say what the intino pacho our repair in maybe so what the can't say on in the trans. The question is lawyer be no bet now say obey your case. Now I feel obey the chunk of the money. And juma case no cost na say one fiscal my uncle. I just want in the case on pro bono. Or yacho but anya sa pa say utua na kadia every stage bia o job we ni mouse no etua wie says can one farm on court aka mouse ntumi nsane ni fu a free Germany say lawyer bacho je fu we court mama ni why nti bacho obeji answer asem we wie obepe kwan obefa so obechi she and I say who japade obetumi and what can obi o to me the japade be say o
Pesi se wa observe your from Ghana. How no you competent me or them say reliable lawyers ya uni attorney on betuma represent no for free no Ghana, Attorney General Department, so almost chuchu mo hono. You know how just here.
Uni lawyer obebo Ghana Legal Aid Act no. Oh.
I'm saying so almost chuchu mo hono. I so almost chuchu mo na. Yes, and I make channel.
I send it.
Chuchu mo hono.
Omo na ya na eto da yon mo TNT no. Obu ho a say no can you're right. Oh yeah, 1 billion% right. Obe to no because obu ho na sem no wo be efijase court. Now ono so te manson kwanta. Lawyer no onye den no atofu egu ni ka mu akọ efijase court. Inti no obama excuse because on your father Christmas on also why nema inti do boni kan je eno ano no
I don't know ma so be no because well dedicated person I don't know obedient no matter what
the proceed macho say to me mammy to me proving in case we say oh yeah an ordinance na say be a court granting as or your ordinance into on only surviving spouse and that obi to me the odobo ni asa court a charging for bigamy na
so I'll try engine because obit my try but to prove no any be issue say they can but to prove no any be issue because you'd have to prove a whole lot of things. Lumba is not we. I mean, a whole lot of things to prove.
Court my evidence. Broni say I no only Lumba bet now them near their dinty.
Say no the court of appeal and court of appeal are overturning high court. Into overturning are overturning. So maybe or Broni can say on appeal at court of appeal now. Now, because who follow with bigamy now. Obe brands will prove it. I'm telling you for a fact. Obe tum dia koba obe bread. Nti dia beba nze ube jai.
But one got him bigamy say proving is saying didn't know to improving.
Me pacho question obi sa membre bi me nko ho boss.
Mose akose test or chat or something kasa bi
bi pacho we onye hwe ono opese me kama ntuma kwa kache
enwede me nko no do so pa
on the manager no
managers aka mo na nka tese me taye
pa
say baby amitio nti da what time pa
legal aid before na bio I didn't hear I never say on Bay Edgema. Now, the resources are limited.
I have political question, but me answer.
Which I buy lawyers no.
What me answer?
Yes.
Overruled.
Nanke chimpa se de na o kama na wait ha no na ese aban no ese ye lawyer nti se o kwa se ya aban no so tua osika ma de ko
nti me se me nko
because
ko ni pare ye mo bro nti no abefa
that me sa question here ho what's it I've ever worked in the Ministry of Gender and Ministry of Gender you deliver more of the legal aids for most of their cases adoption and those things I'm gonna use your more. But they are relaxed. It will be crying adoption because needs to buy. And see crank a crown of cries on a monk of quarter. No.
Other Broni but you say no whatever investment but what will win that. But you saw more at that video.
Oh yes.
Police for conduct, what can you say?
Yes, unim procedure account have been selling to be in the form of arrest, your minimum force.
We am full of back with Zuma.
No. You say, who say, how did he conduct himself? The police in the show. Now, we are member bibira. And in fact, I come on, me nada. Wow, with him, never be called with him. And mostly, when police are threatening arrest, me de bia me ne cause wo kuro ya me no mo me say I don't understand them. Could be team submit no ho e de ne sakwa so fan kofu ngu me sa ba so mbe de ne to form. But you come Ghana any horse what submit to peacefully. Don't you put hang up on you, then you move with them. But when you bring any force attached to your arrest, I can't that one, I'm telling you. The police will use the maximum one to deal with you, and you cannot take them anywhere. Your former IDF
commander, it doesn't go contrary to anything.
Your former IDF commander, Yakubu Kato say, oh, we use the minimum force. That is all. The police.
It was okay, like the Bolivian you.
No, because I want no video until who is about those present, maybe different thing happen.
Okay, my next question. And also then
Akamo.
Yes, boss.
What ye own an anum crowd me fans and your police and what you own an anoma. I'm also they are trained for war. They are not trained to maintain public peace. But what the American say? Into a yard here, now shut before something else will happen. And nothing can be done. And the time beyond by Babon said, the BS a lazy military so Momrano. Now, I presume say it has go beyond police and military have to take over. So what am I say?
Put you man, we are born in 19 there, Uncle Baby.
Oh, Kunu Grand Uncle Baby, no, you are born. I said that show. Yeah, that show.
You challenge and some ayana you video no yana deep ayu baby so you hu ye kora.
Yes. Bibi start answer. That one you have to know. Something happened.
I just a foodie na okatachi di. Ebia na de bi kura si ansa na police for no. Ebe ye de omo ye no.
Yeah.
Cause me nye sure say police for no muni okatachi.
Oh yes.
Na ye bon wa bra.
No.
BNC. Oh back there ye in fan video.
Nobody will do that. Police cry je ne ba bi kura na me ma ho bi a police kitatu he tu ye fa ma say ye fa goku no ma o
kofi wa chikan ye say tu e mu ana moto ma ye ni o say fa mo ho ban.
Yes but we say tu e abobo ni tu no nto ye kwase wo.
Okay anyway the paying for metama sunti so mu okay the anka me kakra.
But we only question me am prestige o
bi e bank obi sa ma bi aba so ho no man ka obi sa question.
But
Madam Graceman,
your assistant supervisor. I'm here to make sure everything is all right.
Mini question.
Joe, Auntie Joe, me bow, me patch obu question which me request no abano abisa prestige. And Mr. Mamma and power tap it. Why any prestige grandma prestige now say a legal term they can say power tap
preparation.
Preparation, me mom preparation patcho.
Preparation, grandma.
Preparation.
Preparation, Anna.
Yes.
I know, okay.
Preparation.
I'm family carrying room. I'm doing my car.
Donkey.
All right. Okay. I could say.
So who be saying?
I know people na me bisa priest.
Okay, na mami nsa. I could say na me ko. So what did I make ko want so.
But will be any question there.
Or match it.
Prestige continue.
Mate.
And the prestige but o ko dey pay a year da queen da year da hwini na onye ni papa hwini ko ni pesa.
Mate.
Me ejano.
Yeah, bon person now ba ibisa wa onka se mi ya no.
Forget.
Okay. But Mate just Mate.
Prestige.
Me ejano.
Se ibisa na question na baka se nya no.
Anything you say will be used against you in the court of law.
Prestige na me question etwa to nyina nse. Asa na wo kan bi se odobo ni ye free